And good Friday afternoon. I'm Gary Flory on Twister Talk, giving you an update on Hurricane Beryl. It has made landfall on the Yucatan Peninsula, is currently moving over that peninsula, losing strength rapidly. At 10 o'clock Central Daylight Time, would be 11 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, the center of Hurricane Beryl was located near 20.7 north latitude, longitude 88.3 degrees west. Now, Beryl is moving to the west-northwest at about 16 miles an hour. The west-northwest motion is expected during the next day or so as it crosses the Yucatan Peninsula. Beryl is expected to emerge over the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. That'll be Friday evening, and then move northwestward toward northeastern Mexico and southern Texas by the end of the weekend. Now, maximum sustained winds at the moment are 85 miles an hour with higher gusts. Continued rapid weakening is expected as Beryl moves further inland and crosses the Yucatan Peninsula today, but slow re-intensification, that's right, re-intensification is possible once it moves back over the Gulf of Mexico. Hurricane force winds now extend only about 25 miles from the center. Tropical force winds, though, still about 105 miles from the center on up. Central barometer right now is 28.94 inches. Now, Beryl should continue to weaken over land and is expected to emerge over the Gulf of Mexico as a tropical storm. After that, it could take 12 to 24 hours for the cyclone structure to recover over the Gulf of Mexico before re-intensification begins in earnest. Based on this and the overall trends of intensity guidance, the new forecast calls for gradual strengthening to start after about 24 hours and continue until landfall. That means basically tomorrow it should become a hurricane again. One important thing to note is that the increasing western shear will decrease in the next day or so. That will be an increase again in re-intensification. We've talked about that the west shear off the Mexican desert right now is helping not only with the landfall, but helping keep Beryl from going just, really growing crazy again. However, once it moves back over the Gulf, the westerly shear will drop off significantly. That could lead to re-intensification into a hurricane over the weekend. So that's what they're looking at. There's a possibility of that. Now, if we take a quick look at the tracking on that, right now it is over the northern part of the Yucatan Peninsula. It will reemerge as a tropical storm this evening over the Gulf, and then it will slowly move to the north-northwest, taking a more northwesterly track as it re-intensifies. It is expected right now, forecasted to be back to hurricane strength sometime on Sunday. Then it will continue to move as a hurricane. And right now, landfall is going to be right around the Brownsville area, right around the border between Mexico and Texas. And that is where landfall is predicted. It will skirt part of the coast there through Monday, and then it'll move well inland Tuesday and Wednesday and be tropical depression by Wednesday over central Texas. Now, although strong winds will be the first problem immediately as landfall, heavy rains are going to be the big issue for Texas as it moves through the state into next week. So right now they're concerned there'll be flooding rains, and now sometimes when tropical storms do move inland, they can become tornado producers because of the low pressure swirling around, and this causes what they call supercell structures to show up in the cloud structure, and we have tornadoes. The big concern right now is what could be some flooding rains as the tropical depression Beryl by then will kind of rain itself out over central Texas. So have to keep an eye on that, but that's going to be one of the next week, and we'll have to go from there. But right now, basically, Beryl's lost a lot of its punch. Still damage reports coming in, from Grenada and Jamaica and places like that, the Cayman Islands, and we'll hear more about that over the weekend as to what they're coming across and finding. So far, only still about 14 official deaths, but that number could increase. But a lot of homes, and again, we've talked about the fishing fleets, have suffered a devastating blow. People's livelihood has been basically upended. We'll have to see where that happens. Again, tropical storm Beryl, it's now still a hurricane, basically marginally, will be a tropical storm moving out over the Gulf sometime this evening. It will re-intensify to hurricane strength by the time Sunday rolls around. What that means, it will landfall as a hurricane somewhere on the Brownsville Mexico border, the Texas-Mexico border on sometime early Monday, and will continue to become a prolific rainmaker in parts of Texas as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, parts of Texas are in a drought situation, so they will welcome the rain. how much they get, and with the problems with flooding, we'll have to determine that later. But still a concern, and will be a concern for the next few days. That's basically where we're at the moment. We'll just have to wait and see what happens afterwards. But right now, it's going to be a touch-and-go situation. We don't know what's going to happen the next few days. But likely right now, re-intensification, hurricane strength before it makes landfall around the Texas-Mexico border, probably sometime early Monday. That's it for Twister Talk and this update on Hurricane Beryl. I'm Gary Flory. Stay safe. Stay hydrated.